Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Boys High School Basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth. I'm Mike Smith, along with Tom Beard from the Oven, as they affectionately refer to it here at Piketon High School, in a regular season finale as the Red Streaks in non-conference play take on the McClain Tigers. Tom, the Red Streaks 6-15 overall. The Tigers are 5-16. Not only very comparable in records, but statistically is some information you got today.
Well, you know, we talk about on paper, how do they look on paper, here or there, whatever, height, points, whatever. But when I looked at it, what we got here is really, really close. Greenfield is picking up around 46 points a ball game. They're giving up 58. Piketon is at 48 a ball game on offense and giving up 59. So if you do the math, Piketon win by 1 point. But I know Greenfield would like to play the 32 minutes to make sure they have something to say about that.
Bob Williams, head coach of the McClain Tigers. Of course, Paint Valley fans would remember Bob as their head coach here a few years back. And, of course, Kyle Miller still on board with the Red Streaks. But as we mentioned, the statistical comparisons, some of the issues that both teams have had this year have been comparable, and one of those biggies is turnovers.
Yeah, taking care of the basketball. When we saw Piketon earlier in the year, they had a lot of turnovers and mistakes against Adena. They made those mistakes, and they were just mental mistakes. Some of them not really forced turnovers. They just mentally just didn't take care of the basketball. And I think we'll have that same thing here tonight. I think both teams are very capable of turning the ball over. I think both teams maybe are going to hit the boards. But I think rebounding and taking care of the basketball will probably be the determination.
But even though they're well under 500, both teams have shown that they can be very competitive against some quality teams. Take McClain, for example. Two of their losses, one of them came to FAC champion and number one Division II seed Washington Courthouse, 46-45 in overtime. Jackson, who finished third in the FAC this year, that was a 54-50 Jackson win. So McClain very close in those two games against two quality teams. Also very close against Chillicothe, I think, who was fourth in the league. Piketon, they did beat Westfall earlier in the year 50-43, but lost last night by 20-some. They lost to Adena in a close one, 45-42, then flipped the schedule on the Warriors later on. And the same with Southeastern. They split with them, losing 57-53. But I know there's some games there that Kyle said that we were in it, and then mistakes got to us late in the ball game.
Well, how many times have we watched the ball game and we'll talk to the coaches after the game, and they'll say, we're just trying to put together 32 minutes of basketball. And sometimes, they do put together, 16 or maybe even 20 or 24, but you got to put all that together in order to be able to finish. And then when you think about finish, that's another problem. A lot of teams that are in this scenario have a rough time finishing a game. They don't really kind of sometimes know how to win. I know that seems odd, but that's a fact. So I think when we look at those kind of things, these teams are both suffering from the same kind of problems. And but it's important tonight. This is the last finale, last go-around before they get to the tournament. We always talk about the second season. So these teams need to go out and make a good showing tonight and play hard and walk away with a victory.
Yeah, for McClain, after tonight, they won't play again until their tournament matchup with Logan Elm at Logan Elm on February the 18th in Division II, and Piketon in Division III. Team they lost to last night, they will go to Westfall on February the 21st for their opening game in tournament play. But a lot of talk about the long layoff between the regular season and tournament play. A lot of coaches have been talking about that here in the last couple of weeks, but it is what it is, and you got to adjust to it.
Yeah, and everybody's got the same problem. Everybody's got the same problem. As a matter of fact, your better teams are in a better position that they'd like to play as quick as possible. They got to buy. They really put them back. So that's why Zane Trace is playing Benton County next weekend. They're getting a game in the middle there, and most coaches are looking for something like that.
The Piketon Pep Band, you heard them in the background. They'll be the ones performing the national anthem here in just a moment, as we are at Piketon High School for tonight's game. Here's the national anthem. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the visiting Tigers of McClain under head coach Bob Williams, again 5-16 on the season. They'll be going with Seth Weller, a 6-foot junior. Drake Stapleton, a 6'3 junior. Riley Cummins, a 5'9 sophomore. Owen Sykes, a 6'3 sophomore. And Andrew Potts, a 6'2 junior. Andrew, we had a chance to see him on the gridiron this year. He's a pretty big specimen inside there. Again, for McClain, Weller, Stapleton, Cummins, Sykes, and Potts. For the Piketon Red Streaks, 6-15 under head coach Kyle Miller. They'll be starting out with Owen Armstrong, a 6'1 senior. Brent McGuire, a 6'3 junior. Jaden Thacker, a 5'10 senior. Declan Davis, a 5'10 sophomore. And Gabe Lamerson, a 6'3 junior. Again for the Red Streaks, Armstrong, McGuire, Thacker, Davis, and Lamerson. Both of these teams, Tom, have some youth.
Yeah, they have. And another thing about these two teams, if you look at the size, you look at their quickness, I think they kind of mirror one another. So it'll be interesting to see how they compete tonight.
PA announcer has already announced the Tigers. They're on the floor and ready to go. They're purple and gold, and the Red Streaks in their predominantly white jerseys and scarlet trim and numbers.
Well, you know another thing, Mike, when we think about these two teams, normally when you think about Greenfield, you think about, in the past, they've been a powerhouse from time to time. Back in Van Meter days, they were really, really good. And you look at Piketon. We've gone with the Piketon team to the Final Four. And they've been good year after year after year. So this is kind of a down year for both of them. But like you said, they are young. They've got a lot to learn and got a lot of room to grow.
Of course, the Tigers got all the way into the district finals before losing to eventual state semifinalist Waverly. So, yeah, great history on both sides of the court here. Ready to go. Piketon will send... we got a name or a number change. Okay, that's Brent McGuire for the Red Streaks. He's going up against Stapleton. There's a toss and the tip, and it's going to be McClain's ball as we're underway. Senior night tonight, that's why the little bit later start. But the ball cross-court lob goes over to Stapleton. In the corner for Badgley. Shot off the rim, no good. Ball caroms out. Rebound comes to McGuire. Now down in low for the Red Streak. Shot by Lamerson, no good. Scrambling for the loose ball, and it's a held ball possession that will give the ball back to the Red Streaks. To be the trigger man, Declan Davis. They lob it right down into the lane to Lamerson. It's knocked out of his hands, but they said it hit Lamerson last. So McClain will get the basketball.
Tell you what, Lamerson's a big kid. 6'3", I don't know how much he weighs, but a bunch.
No score. We're half a minute deep into the ball game. Cummins lost the handle on it after it went over to Sykes. Red Streaks come out. Now on the right wing, Armstrong. Gives it up, gets it back. Right corner, the jumper, three-point range, shot no good by Davis. Rebound comes to Sykes of McClain. Still no score. We're a minute deep into the ball game. Badgley, bounce pass down into the paint, gives it up. Now back out to Badgley for three. Shot no good. Rebound comes to Sykes. Or check that was Potts with a rebound. Now down low, shot up, no good by Sykes. Rebound by Piketon. Red Streaks with the basketball. That's McGuire, goes down underneath, fires out, quick pass on top for Thacker. Now on the right side, Declan Davis with a drive to the hole, shot no good. Rebound comes to Sykes of McClain. 90 seconds deep, still no score. Out on the right wing. High post, kicks it around the perimeter. Right corner baseline, Sykes fires cross court out front. Badgley off to Cummins. Back out front to Badgley. Right side, Sykes. Badgley on the wing. Sykes in the corner. Zone defense by the Red Streaks. Now they find an opening inside to Potts. His shot won't drop. Loose ball picked up by the Tigers. That's Sykes. Shot way outside, no good. Missed everything, and then the ball hit the baseline out of bounds, and the Red Streaks will have it. So both teams
having a little problem scoring.
Yeah, like a lid on the basket. McGuire, high post, Lamerson. Thacker, cross-court lob over to Davis. Lost a handle on it, gets it back. Now to McGuire. Quick pass, Lamerson in the high post. McGuire kicks it away, now down low. Armstrong back out on the left side. Thacker's shot won't go. Loose ball picked up by Potts of McClain. Coming up on the right side at Sykes. Now Potts down in the lane, shot no good. Tried to pick up his own rebound, but it lost it out of bounds. But it is apparently going to be McClain ball. They said a Red Streak knocked it out.
Okay, well, some of these shots both teams are getting right down low. You would think to be able to convert one, but right now hasn't happened.
Garrett Legg checks in for the Red Streaks. Ball on the left wing to Badgley. Left side Stapleton. Now Badgley. Bounce pass is kicked by the Red Streak, so McClain will get it back. 4:55 to go in the first quarter, no score.
Both teams are patient, though, as you can watch. They're throwing the ball around, pass the ball, trying to get an open shot, and they're not able to convert once they get them.
Down in low, strong move, kicks it away on the right side. Sykes shot no good. Loose ball picked up by Legg of Piketon. Coming up the floor, now dealing right side to McGuire. Three ball, and finally some points. McGuire with a three. Red Streaks up 3-0. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Ball slapped out of the hands of Badgley, but he gets it back. Nice bounce pass off to Potts down in low, and he scores.
Hey, Greenfield's getting the opportunities down low, and that time they finally put one in down there, but they're moving the ball well, and they had a good inside shot there.
So after no score for almost half of the quarter, both teams score within seconds of one another. Legg, nice bounce pass down to Lamerson, score. Gabe with two. 5-2 Red Streaks. Tigers bring it up. Bounce pass out front to Badgley. Goes on the wing. Ball slapped away, picked up by the Red Streaks. McGuire. Coming up ahead to Thacker. Thacker goes down low, now fires out to McGuire on the wing, takes it to the corner. Cross-court lob. Davis down low to Legg, and we're going to have a foul against McClain. Looks like that might be on Potts. Andrew Potts with his first. And that'll put Garrett Legg of Piketon on the line to shoot two. 5-2 Red Streaks, 3:34 to go in the opening quarter. First one bouncing off the rim, no good. Substitution for Piketon. This will be Weston Bloss checking in for Thacker. Legg second shot, no good, but the rebound comes to McGuire of Piketon. Legg in the circle, slapped out of his hands. McGuire picks it up. On the right wing, Davis. Out front to Bloss. In the lane, Legg. Nice pass down low to Lamerson. He's in a crowd. Maneuvers around and scores. 4 for Gabe. 7-2 Piketon. Tigers bring it up in a hurry. Stapleton. Now Badgley. Trying to go on the entry pass inside. Slapped out of bounds by Lamerson. It'll still be McClain ball with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-2 Red Streaks. Inbound to Cummins. Bounce pass over to Badgley. Right wing to Sykes. Sykes again in the corner. Double team there. Fires out front. Jumper from 17, and that's Riley Cummins with a basket. Cuts it to 7-4. Piketon coming back on the attack. McGuire left corner. 2:30 to go in the first. Garrett, Legg down into Lamerson. Shot no good. Potts with a rebound for the Tigers. McClain with a chance to cut it down to 1, and a 3-ball would tie it, but the ball is stolen away by McGuire at midcourt on the drive. No good, but a foul will be called on Trey Badgley of McClain.
You know, we're seeing a zone defense there by Greenfield, but Piketon's getting the ball down inside in the paint really, really easy. And normally you don't see that in a 2-3 zone. They're not trying to take the paint away, but they're getting the shots. Now making them a different story.
McGuire at the line, shooting 2. His first one is good. Brent with 4 points, makes it 8-4. Bo Henry, a 6'5" freshman, checking in for Lamerson. Bo's had some double-digit scoring games this year. McGuire's second try is no good. Legg with a rebound. Trying to go back up strong. Shot no good. Rebound to Sykes. Tigers bring it across the timeline. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 8-4, Piketon lead. Cummins. Between that two defenders. Might have got away with a walk. McGuire with a nice steal. Ahead to Henry. Bo trying to go to a teammate in the corner, deflected out of bounds by the Tigers, so Piketon will get it back. This will be Declan Davis. Fires out front to Bloss. 8-4 Piketon lead and the ball with 1:40 to go first quarter. Bloss lobs it inside on the alley-oop. Garrett Legg with 2. Nice pass. 10-4.
Piketon's doing a great job passing that ball around and getting that inside shot.
Another steal by Piketon. Legg to the basket. Score. And timeout for McClain. 1:22 to go in the first quarter. Piketon up 12-4 over McClain. But, Tom, that's probably at least 3 steals on just kind of easy passes that Piketon's getting in that passing lane.
Got to put some heat on the pass, and they're making those mistakes. They got 4 turnovers. We talked about turnovers, but right now Greenfield with 4, Piketon with just 1. And the thing about it is Piketon's scoring off of those. So Piketon seems to really want to penetrate and get that ball down inside when they're having success.
Right now, the Streaks on a 5-0 run, 7-4, now 12-4, 1:22 to go in the first. Mike Smith and Tom Beard with you here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth as we wrap up regular season play between these two teams at least, the McClain Tigers and the Piketon Red Streaks. From Piketon High School, they call it the oven down here.
So noggin feels pretty nice.
Yeah, it does. There's another steal and a pass. Coming up, Davis in the lane. Ball stripped away from him by Sykes.
He got mobbed on that one, didn't he?
Well, when Sykes got in there and said, that's my ball. Sykes pressured out on the top of the key. Bounce pass to Cummins. Cummins weaving through traffic. Nice pass down into Potts. Shot no good, but it's going to be a Piketon foul.
Potts has been getting that shot down low. He's just having a rough time using the board and putting it in the basket.
You can see his size. He's about 6 6'3", maybe 200 pounds, and he's put together pretty well. So I think he's got the strength. If they can get him that entry pass down in low, he's got the strength. It's just a matter of the ball falling for him. First shot, no good.
Well, sometimes, you're anxious and you just want to shoot it so quickly. He just needs to get good, footing and go straight up with the ball.
Jaden Thacker back in for the Red Streaks. Potts, who missed the first shot for the Tigers, will get one more. And that one's no good. Bo Henry with a rebound for the Red Streaks. 12-4 Piketon lead, and they have it with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. There's an alley-oop pass down in the leg, and they are just really taking advantage of that inside.
You think Greenfield might go to a man-to-man and change it up a bit. We'll see what happens.
14-4 Piketon. Potts down in low off the glass, won't go. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers. Substitution for McClain. This will be Drake Stapleton coming in for Sykes. Did you know I was born in Greenfield? No. Did I ever tell you that?
Well, you probably have, but some of the things you've told me I forgot.
Got a lot of family in Greenfield. Down in low. Now Potts with it in the lane. Kicks it away on the left side for Burchett.
Wow.
Off the glass, shot up and in.
Nice shot there. Good balance on the other side of the basket.
Josiah Burchett makes it 14-6, and a ball stolen away there by Cummins of McClain. Kicks it ahead to Burchett. Now in the left wing, 3-ball shot won't drop. Rebound Piketon Armstrong, and that will be the end of the first quarter as that long shot hit the iron. After 1 quarter of play, Piketon 14, McClain 6. This is the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finest care.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you. A correction, Seth Weller not wearing number 10. He's wearing number 11. Trey Badgley no longer with the Tigers. 14-6 Piketon. After 1 quarter, Garrett Legg, who didn't even start tonight, he's come off the bench, Tom, and scored 6 points, 4 apiece for Brent McGuire and Gabe Lamerson. 3 McClain Tigers have 2 apiece. Tigers with the ball. Down the baseline at Stapleton. Nice pass down in low. Pot shot no good. Gets his own putback, no good. Gets it again. Try it, no good, wow. But a foul.
A lot of offensive rebound in there.
Well, he had 3 opportunities, 2 offensive rebounds, but he did get fouled on the last one, and it'll put Andrew on the line for 2. 14-6 Piketon, early second quarter. Potts on the line to shoot 2. First one good. That's 3 for Andrew. 14-7. We'll get one more. Second shot by Potts. That one is rattled in and good. 4 for Andrew Potts, 14-8 Piketon.
Shooting that quarter, 23% for Greenfield. They were 3 of 13. And Piketon was 6 of 12 for 50%.
Red Streaks with the ball on the right side. Armstrong out to Henry. Goes on the left side to Bloss. Now back over to Henry. Right side of the arc. A 3-ball, and he hits it. The big man, Bo Henry. He said, I can shoot that out there.
Well, they've been taking it down in the paint, but that time he said, let me have it.
Ball stolen away again by the Red Streaks. Leading by 9. McGuire on the other end, foul on the way into the hole. That'll give him 2 shots. Weller with the foul. That's his first. And we'll put Brent McGuire on the line to shoot 2.
Piketon just doing a lot better job so far in this game of attacking the basket with authority and on balance. They're not just throwing up everything. They're really going in for a shot. They've been to the foul line, so they've been doing the things they need to do to make things happen.
Sykes back into the game for the Tigers. Second shot by McGuire is good, so he makes 1 of 2. Brent with 5 points, and it's an 18-8 Piketon lead after the Tigers had cut it to 6. Weller over to Burchett, back to Weller. Nice bounce pass down into Potts. Shot good. That'll work, folks. 6 for Potts. Nice pass, though. 18-10. Red Streak lead cut to 8. Down in the low post, that's Armstrong. Fires out front. McGuire on the right wing. Picked up there by Burchett, and it's stolen away, or at least knocked out of bounds by Seth Weller. So the Red Streaks will get it back. 18-10 Piketon. 6:36 to go in the half. McGuire will inbound. It goes in to Bloss. McGuire right side. Henry out front. Bloss left side of the arc. And the pass out front, bobbled, knocked loose, picked up by Potts of McClain. He lobs it ahead to Burchett, fakes, kicks it away on the right wing. Sykes now out front to Weller. Left side to Stapleton. Stapleton out to Weller. Down into Potts, kicks it away, left corner 3 ball, shot no good by Burchett. Ball knocked loose, Henry with a rebound. Now it slows it up for Legg. Back out to Henry, a 3 ball. Shot no good. Rebound, Armstrong, the put back up and in. Owen Armstrong. 20-10 Piketon. Weller, right side jumper, good. Seth Weller with his first 2. 20-12.
Well, both teams shooting a little better here as we go throughout this first half.
Kicks it away left side to Legg. Oh, wow. Wide open down in McGuire, but quickly picking him up there with Stapleton. McGuire shot no good. Loose ball. Weller trying to save it, but can't catch up with it out of bounds. It'll stay with Piketon. Red Streak substitution. Gabe Lamberson checks back in for Henry. 20-12 Red Streaks. 5:14 to go in the second quarter.
Now Greenfield in that man-to-man. I think they might play a little better defense in that man-to-man than they were doing with the zone.
Inbound pass knocked away by Potts. Armstrong will try to get it inbounds again. That one again is knocked down by the Tigers, but they're going to stay with the Red Streaks. Down inside Lamberson. Now outside, shot from 3, no good. Legg with a rebound. His putback is blocked. Legg had the opportunity on the putback, but that putback try was blocked. Now the Tigers bring it up. That's Weller. Lobs it over on the left side. Ball knocked away. Picked up by the Red Streaks. Foul against the Tigers.
You know, Legg's come in from Piketon off the bench, didn't start the game, but he's played really a strong first half here up to this point.
So Piketon will have the ball, leading by 8. Checking back in for the Tigers is Riley Cummins. He checks in for Stapleton. And Bloss will walk it up for the Red Streaks. Right corner. That's Davis. Davis to the hole. Stops. Ball knocked out of his hands. Picked up there by Bloss. Trying to go down into Lamberson. Knocked out of his hand. I think it's going to stay with the Red Streaks. Inbound coming here from Armstrong. Close to the midcourt line, but walking the tightrope there was Bloss. Bounce pass, backdoor, missed the shot. Rebound Potts.
Nice pass.
Threaded the needle on the pass, but they couldn't make the basket. Now Weller, long 3 off the rim. At Karam's out of bounds. It'll go to Piketon. So the Streaks have it back, 20-12 lead, 4:09 to go in the second quarter.
McClain's had a rough time with the three. They've put up 5 of them. They haven't made one yet. So got to keep shooting, I guess.
Walking it up the timeline, Mr. Bloss lobs it to Legg. Ball knocked out of bounds. It might have been actually kicked inadvertently by Riley Cummins. So the Red Streaks will have it with just under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lob in to Legg. Kicks it out on the wing. That's Bloss. Down to Lamerson. Lamerson trying to make the big man move inside. Wow. Leans in. Got away with one and put it in.
It may have been an offensive foul.
Yeah, he lowered that shoulder, but the referee didn't call anything. 22-12. Gabe with 6 points. Now on the other end, we got a traveling call against the Tigers. Owen Sykes.
Yeah, we talked about turnovers, and that's been one of the problems that Greenfield's had up to this point. They've got 8 turnovers, and Piketon with 4. So that's not a statistic you want to lead in.
22-12, a 10-point lead matches the biggest lead that Piketon has had. Nice pass down in the leg, shot up and in, and no sooner than I say that, Piketon extends their biggest lead to 12 at 24-12. Legg with 8 points. Weller on the drive. They're going to throw that out and say the foul occurred before the shot. Foul against Piketon. Gabe Lamerson picks up his first foul. So the Tigers will inbound with Josiah Burchett. Out front to Cummins. Back to Weller. Bounce pass on the right side. That's Potts. Takes it across the key, keeps his dribble, goes down to the hole. Nice drive by Andrew Potts.
Okay, Andrew's not afraid to take it to the basket, and he's had success the last couple of times.
Piketon up quickly. Down in low, off the glass. Declan Davis for 2. 26-14. Now Weller of McClain.
Wow.
And both teams starting to pick up the pace a little bit here and the shooting percentage. 26-16, Weller with 4. 2:30 to go in the first half. Davis to Bloss. Legg. Pass down in low to Armstrong in the crowd. Off the leg. Goes up strong. Shot no good. Out of bounds. McClain ball. Substitution for the Red Streaks. Brent McGuire will come in for Armstrong. 2:16 to go first half. Piketon leading McClain 26-16. Legg out. Thacker back in for the Red Streaks.
Well, Legg did a great job while he was in there. 8 points, and he's just done a lot of things.
Seth Weller brings it across the timeline for the Tigers. Across the elbow. Now down inside with a shot no good. Picked up by Davis of Piketon. Davis coming up on the other end and a reach-in foul against the Tigers. Neither team in the bonus yet. That's the 5th team foul on McClain, 3 against Piketon.
Foul on Cummins.
Lob in to McGuire. Hands it off. Now kicks it away to Davis on the wing. Back out front. Bloss tried to go inside, lost it, picked up by Sykes of McClain. Tigers ball down by 10. If you joined us late, Piketon has not trailed in this ball game. Kicks it left side to Weller. Weller dribbling out front. Now takes it to the wing. Goes down in low. Nice pass down in low. Strong move. Sykes no good. Rebound comes to the Red Streaks. Kicks it away. We approach a minute to go in the first half. McGuire left side 3 and he buries it.
Third 3 for Piketon. 3 of 7 from the 3-point line.
That's 8 for McGuire. 29-16 Red Streaks. 46 seconds to go in the half. An opening to the bucket going inside and the Piketon foul as Riley Cummins was going airborne when the contact was made. That'll put Cummins on the line to shoot 2. 29-16 Piketon, 44 seconds to play in the first half. First try, no good. Garrett Legg will check back into the game for Piketon, replacing Bloss.
Legg's a pretty good-sized kid himself, 6'2", but well put together, very strong, and he's not afraid to play hard.
Free throw, no good. Lost out of bounds. It's going to stay with McClain. 42 seconds to go in the half. This will be Josiah Burchett to inbound. Weller, right side 3, short. Rebound McGuire of Piketon. Lost a handle on it, now picks it up at midcourt. Goes ahead to Davis on the wing. Nice pass down into Lamerson. Lamerson, strong move, won't drop, but he draws a foul.
That ball actually, as you can see, went down and in and out. But you look at him and Potts, that's a good matchup. Both those boys got a lot of beef, and that's a good matchup down inside.
29 seconds to go in the half. Gabe Lamerson right now with 6 points, steps to the line to shoot 2. First try, off the rim. We'll get one more. Substitution for McClain. Robbie Wise, a 6-foot senior, checks in for Andrew Potts. Andrew with 8 points and 6 rebounds in that first half. He's carried a load in there. Lamerson's second shot good. Gabe hits 1 of 2. He has 7 points. 30-16 Piketon. McClain ball with 27 seconds to go in the half. Weller across the timeline, goes to the wing. Gives it up. That's Cummins. Over to Wise. Weller comes after it. Stops. Kicks it away to Cummins. 9 seconds. In the corner. Burchett picks up his dribble, fires one off balance with 2 seconds, and that will end the first half. Our score at intermission, the Piketon Red Streaks 30, the McClain Tigers 16. Mike Smith and Tom Beard with you here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority. Hang on, we'll be back. We'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll have first half stats when we come back to start the second half. Again at halftime, Piketon 30, McClain 16. You're watching boys high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Mike Smith, Tom Beard, producer Dewey Daly, and cameraman Carson Francis back with you here at Piketon, where the Red Streaks lead McClain 30-16 at the break. Here's the scoring. First of all, for the Red Streaks, Brent McGuire and Garrett Legg both have 8 points. Gabe Lamerson has 7, 3 for Bo Henry, and then 2 for Owen Armstrong and Declan Davis. McClain, they're led by Andrew Potts. He has 8 points to go with 6 rebounds. 4 for Seth Weller, and then 2 apiece for Riley Cummins and Josiah Burchett.
Okay, looking at the overall stats, looking at the turnovers. Greenfield with 8 turnovers. That really hurt him there in the first half. Piketon with 5. Rebounding, Piketon with a slight edge here, 13 rebounds compared to 11 for Greenfield. Of the 13 rebounds for Piketon, they've had 4 offensive rebounds and more success of putting them back. And Greenfield with 4 offensive rebounds as well. From the foul line, both teams are not shooting very well. Greenfield is 2 of 6 for 33%. Piketon is 3 of 8 for 38%. But the big difference in the first half here is the shooting overall. From the field, Greenfield 30%, they're 7 of 23. They put up 7 threes, failed to make one. And Piketon is 12 of 23 for 52%, and they're 3 of 7 from the three-point line for 43%. So when you look at our 14-point spread, that's pretty much where it's happening. But, you know, when we talked to Coach Miller before the game, didn't he say they average around 37 to 40% from the field?
Yeah.
And tonight they're shooting 52%. So they had a lot of success early when they were in the zone, when Greenfield was in that zone. And down low, they've got several layups down inside. And that really helps when you get those high percentage shots.
Now, McClain, 8 of their turnovers, most of those seem to be in the first quarter.
Right. Yeah, they got off to a really, really slow start defensively and offensively. So once you get put in a hole a little bit like that, it's hard to work your way out.
Red Streaks will have the basketball as we're just underway in the second half, 30-16 Piketon. Last regular season game of the year for these two teams. Tournament play awaits both. Lob down inside. McGuire hits. They have cashed in on that with Garrett Legg a bunch of times in the first half, and McGuire getting in on the act.
If you'll watch down in the paint, we'll continue to watch, but they're not calling 3 seconds at all. When I looked down there, I thought Piketon was in his zone, but they were on offense. But they have people in the paint just standing there, so I don't know if they're going to call that 3 or not.
Weller shot, no good. Ball tracked down by Sykes on the rebound. Now lob down in low, and the shot up and in. That is Stapleton with his first 2, 32-18. Piketon lead cut back to 14. Lamerson from the elbow turns in and out. Rebound Potts. That's 7 rebounds for Andrew. Minute deep into the third quarter. Kicks it away, Stapleton, left corner for Sykes. Back out to Stapleton. Weller, top of the key. Bounce pass down low to Potts. Goes to the hole, and he is fouled. I believe that's going to be on Declan Davis, his first.
Potts gets it there. He's hard to handle, and didn't have much choice but to make that foul.
That'll put Potts on the line. Andrew with 8 points and 7 rebounds to lead the Tigers. More balanced scoring for the Red Streaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players have scored. First shot up and in, 32-19. Potts with 9 points. He'll get one more. Potts' second try, good. That's 10 for Potts. He's just 3 boards shy of a double-double, 32-20. Red Streaks bring it up. Davis on the right wing. Now takes it back out front, kicks it away. McGuire, baseline, stop there. Kicks it on the right side to Thacker. 3-ball good.
Nice kick out.
Jaden Thacker, first points of the game, and it's a tray, 35-20. Tigers back on the offense. Potts down inside. Shot in the lane. No good. It looked like he was going to pull the rebound down, but Armstrong took it away. McGuire Kicks it away. Thacker, another three. Got it.
Wow. He says, I am hot. Give me the ball.
2 in a row for Thacker. Timeout. 5:58 to go in the third. Piketon 38. McClain 20. You're watching boys high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth has to offer by visiting our website at SOSAOhio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's SOSAOhio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Are you in a bind and need an oil change right now? No problem. Did you forget to make an appointment? No problem. Just stop by any Glockner location and we'll squeeze you in and get you on the road quickly. Really, it's...
Mike Smith, Tom Beard, Dewey Daly, and Carson Francis back with you. And 2 in a row from three-point range by Jaden Thacker has given the Red Streaks an 18-point lead.
Well, when you have someone come off the bench like that and they nail 2 big threes, boy, what that enthuses everybody. So everybody except your opponent.
Tigers trying to get some offense going here. They try to go down inside to Potts, and from behind, Gabe Lamerson picks up the foul. Second foul on Gabe. Common foul. McClain will have it out under their own basket on the inbound. They go right down inside to Potts. Pretty play.
I think that's an adjustment they're trying to make here in the second half because they've gone down low to him now 2 or 3 times here early in the third.
38-22. Potts with 12 for the Tigers. Pass down inside, knocked out of bounds by McClain. It'll be Piketon ball. Garrett Legg will check back in for the Red Streaks, replacing Lamerson. Owen Armstrong will inbound for Piketon. Lob stolen away by Cummins of the Tigers. Cummins coming up into the right corner, keeps his dribble. He's fouled by Davis. Declan picks up his second.
Yeah, Davis got beat twice like that. Got beat a while ago in the second quarter. That time gave away baseline and picked up another foul.
Again, the Tigers will inbound under their own basket. It goes into Weller. Away to Cummins. Cummins steps up. 17-footer off the rim. Rebound by Legg. And we got a whistle on the other end. It's going to be a foul against the Tigers. That's on Stapleton. His second foul. And that'll put Brent McGuire of the Red Streaks on the line for 2.
Piketon doing a good job getting back in transition. They got back there and caught really Greenfield out of position.
First shot by Brent, good. That's 11 points for him tonight. 39-22 Red Streaks. McGuire will get one more. And that one bounces off the rim. Potts with a rebound for the Tigers, number 8. 2 away from the double-double. Approach 5 minutes to go in the third. Weller on the right side for Stapleton. Stapleton going inside. Ball lost, but Weller picks up the errant pass. Shot no good. Potts with a stick back and in. 14 points and 9 rebounds for Andrew Potts.
He's making some of those shots he was missing early in the first quarter. He's starting to put them down now. 39-24. Red Streaks lead cut to 15. Bounce pass down in low to Thacker, knocked away. Thacker picks it up. His pass out to McGuire. Now over to Legg, gets an opening to the basket. A foul going to be called, I believe, on Andrew Potts. Tell you what, Legg really plays a good ball game. I mean, he constantly moves. That time made a nice, great move to the basket. He's been scoring. He's coming off the bench, but he's doing a nice job.
Check that third foul on Andrew Potts. Legg's first attempt is good. He has 9 points. 40-24 Piketon. Andrew Potts will come out of the game. He's replaced by Josiah Burchett.
You know, I think Legg may be one of those players. You know, some players do better to not get in the game to begin with. They come in off the bench it's kind of like they settle in, and he's done a nice job tonight.
Second shot, no good. Sykes with the rebound. 40-24, Piketon lead. Tigers ball, 4:20 to go, third quarter. Cummins, nice pass down inside, but bobbled out of bounds by Drake Stapleton. Drake looked like he had a drive right to the hole.
Well, he saw that hole and it looked like the goal line to him, and he took off but just didn't have control of the ball.
Going to have a timeout. I believe that's on the Red Streaks. 4:14 left in the third. We'll hold it right here.
Well, they went into that man-to-man really quick there, and I think Coach Kyle Miller wanted to say, now what are we going to do here? How are we going to handle it? What do we do best? And let's take care of the basketball.
40-24 Piketon with 4:14 left in the third. Mike Smith and Tom Beard with you here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority. Brought to you by OhioHealth. Girls tournament action actually starts play on Monday. They've got games on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. And SOSA will be there for a number of those games. That'll be announced to you later next week. Leg will inbound for the Red Streaks. He's going for the bomb down the floor on the fly. McGuire plays it in.
I don't know if that was by design, but it sure looked like it could have been.
42-24 in football. They call that the fly pattern. Weller's shot, no good. Rebound by McGuire. Moves it up the leg in the lane. Shot won't drop. Knocked out of bounds, McClain ball. Substitution for the Tigers was Isaiah Irvin making his first appearance, checking in for Riley Cummins. 42-24 Red Streaks. McClain ball with 3:47 to play in the third. Cross-court lob to Weller. Stapleton. Weller on the wing, steps up. Little 10-footer, no good. Put back up and in by Sykes. That's his first points of the game. But he has 7 rebounds, 42-26. Out front, Bloss lobs it left side to Davis. Davis got the inside track, but blocked out of bounds from behind by Armstrong. Ball will be McClain's ball. Bo Henry checks in for the Red Streaks. He takes the inbound lob and puts it in. That was made for him, wasn't it?
I think so.
44-26.
He made it look easy. But he wouldn't have made it easy if he hadn't got a good pass.
Piketon with a basketball. Or check that, Tigers with the basketball. Sykes off to Weller. Hands it off. That's Burchett to the lane, and he scoops and scores. 4 for Josiah. 44-28. Piketon lead. Red Streaks with the ball. Leg almost stolen away, and that one's knocked down. The Tigers come out with it. Burchett on the other end. Crosses over. Missed a layup. Bo Henry with a rebound for the Red Streaks. Quickly ahead to Declan Davis in the lane. Turnaround won't go, and that's going to be a foul on Piketon. Going up for the rebound was Sykes, and he was cut down from behind by Davis. That's the third foul on Davis. So he'll come out. Thacker checks in. McClain will bring Cummins back in, replacing Stapleton. 16-point Piketon lead, a lead that they've never trailed in this ball game, but for the most part, you haven't, if you were a Piketon fan, you haven't felt in danger at all.
Right. Well, you know, you always want a great start, and Piketon was very fortunate and did that here early.
Tigers bring it up. Burchett hands it off to Irvin. Potts over to Irvin. 2:10 left in the third. Irvin's jumper. Banked it in.
Irvin come off that JV team. He played several quarters there in the JV, and he's a little guy, but good ball player.
44-30. Thacker down inside. Shot no good. Potts with a rebound. That's 10 boards for Potts, giving him a double-double. Irvin, long three. Got it!
There it goes.
5 for Irvin. 44-33. Piketon up quickly. Thacker tried to save it from going out, but the Tigers benefit on the lay-in and
Wow.
score.
Yeah, I think you're going to have another timeout, Michael.
And just like that, a big Piketon lead is down to 9. 1:31 left in the third. Piketon 44, McClain 35. You're watching boys high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you. We apologize. We got another correction for you for our roster. Jordan Bell, he's a freshman who's into the game. That is number 14 for McClain, not Isaiah Irvin. We apologize for that. We had a couple of roster changes there. Long three ball on the left side. Good. 47-35, Piketon.
McClain went back into that zone down there. They were playing man-to-man, but they went back to a zone there on that possession.
Burchett down low to Potts. Strong move to the hole, and he scored. 16 for Potts. 47-37, back to a 10-point lead after they were up by as many as 20. 22, in fact. 42 seconds to go in the third period. Kicks it away, McGuire, three ball, rattles in and out, no good. Rebound Sykes of McClain. 28 seconds. Burchett lobs it over, that's Bell. In the corner, now that cross-court pass is stolen by Legg. Legg on the other end, takes it in and scores. Garrett Legg with 11. 49-37. Down to 8 seconds. Burchett out on the left wing. 5, 4, 3. Tries to go down inside. Stapleton, a desperation turnaround, won't go. And that's the end of the third quarter. Our score, Piketon 49, McClain 37. You're watching boys high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you as we head to the fourth quarter, and McClain's turned this into a ball game after being down by 22, now trailed by 12, but they had dipped it under double digits for a moment there, but now trail heading to the fourth, 49-37.
Yeah, they had much better shooting quarter that quarter, too. They were 8 of 15 for 53%. And Piketon was 7 of 11 for 64%. So both teams shot well, but it was that drive that Greenfield put on there, that one space, and made a big difference.
Burchett out in the corner. He's fouled by Thacker. Well, Jordan Bell, the freshman, number 14, he came into the game and gave him 5 points, but they had a run there at one point of like 15-6 that cut that big 22-point deficit down under 10.
Well, Piketon had those turnovers, and that, again, coming back to haunt you, they had 3 there late in that third quarter.
Burchett cut off on the baseline. Left side, that's Bell. Three ball good.
He said, Coach, whoo, I'm hot.
8 for Bell off the bench, 49-40. Here come the Tigers. Leg, Davis, Thacker down in the leg, trying to go up strong against two defenders. Ball tipped out of bounds on the block by McClain.
Tell you what, some of the activity down inside has been pretty physical. That there looked like it was a lot of body, but Piketon gets the ball back.
Bloss to inbound, and Davis lost it out of bounds. It'll be McClain ball.
9 turnovers for Piketon, 10 for Greenfield, but remember Greenfield had 8 in the first half.
49-40. McClain back to within 9. And away from the back. Okay, we have a fan, I think, that's going to. No, what did he call it?
He called a foul on 20 down low, I think, for Greenfield. 20. Yeah.
Okay, the foul goes against Riley Cummins. They said he pushed off. It's his third foul and turns the ball over to the red streak. That was away from the ball that happened. Across the timeline goes Bloss, and ball knocked out of bounds by McClain, but it'll stay with Piketon.
McClain playing much, much harder here in the second half. Defensively, offensively, they played a lot better. They kind of fell short in that first half.
Davis in the corner. They go down in low to Bo Henry. Nice little hook shot, no good. His putback is good.
Yeah, Bo stayed with it.
7 points, 4 rebounds for Bo Henry, 51-40. Piketon back up by double digits.
When you look at the scoring, they really spread the wealth.
Burchett from the circle, shot no good. Henry with his 5th rebound. Quick outlet. Now they lob it down to Leg. Scoops it away to Davis, and he's fouled on the way to the basket.
Again, Greenfield a little slow in getting back on defense there. That transition, Piketon beat him to the basket and didn't make the shot, but they drew the foul.
So that'll put Declan Davis on the free throw line. And currently Declan with only 2 points. First shot, no good. Again, Piketon opens tournament play on February 21st at Westfall, and McClain in Division II at Logan Elm on February the 18th, which is a week from tonight. Davis's free throw is good. Makes 1 of 2. 3 for Davis, 52-40. Piketon. Bell brings it across the line. Ball slapped out of his hands. Picked up by Sykes. Now Weller down in low. Shot no good. The put back up by Potts. He's been the bright spot for this Tigers team tonight.
Yeah, he's really played in the second half and in the second quarter.
McGuire, left corner, 3 ball. Shot no good. Loose ball foul.
That's his 4th.
It's going to be on Declan Davis. That's number 4. 4th foul on Davis. And let's see if Kyle Miller will take him out. Nope, looks like they're going to leave him in. They took Bo Henry out, though. And Lamerson checks in, 52-42. Piketon lead, but McClain with the ball. Jordan Bell, who's been a big spark plug for this Tigers team in the fourth quarter with 8 points. Has the ball now, goes away. And Potts gets fouled from behind by Lamerson. Now Potts leads everybody, has 18 points and 11 rebounds. And really started off struggling shooting-wise.
Well, I think he was just too anxious there earlier. We mentioned it at the time. You know, when a person doesn't get their footing and they throw the ball up, they literally throw it up. But he's settled down, and he's gone up strong, and he's a very strong kid to begin with.
First one good. Andrew with 19 points, 52-43, back under double digits again. Chance to cut it to 8 if he makes this second shot. And that one is no good. Rebound Leg of Piketon. 5 rebounds for Leg. McGuire, bounce pass, and a whistle. Away from the ball, Lamerson's on his back.
I think they called on Lamerson. If that's the case, that's his fourth one, right?
No, they're going to call that on Andrew Potts of McClain.
Oh, okay.
And that's his fourth foul. Now, Lamerson was lying on his back when I looked up.
Well, I thought that he got fouled, but I didn't think that's what the official was really showing to the scoreboard.
So the fourth personal on Potts. And Piketon will have it out with Bloss to inbound to McGuire. Oh, he got an opening as Potts went the other way on defense. Shot no good. Ball out of bounds to McClain. So Tigers down by 9, have the ball with 5:22 to go in regulation.
Tell you what, those 4 fouls on Potts, that's a big deal for Greenfield. And, he's going to stay in there because, again, they're down 9 points. But it's a tough one if they've been losing.
Yeah, he's got 19 of their 43. Potts down in low. Goes up. Off the glass and in. 21 for Potts. 52-45.
That's the reason he's not going to the bench, I would say.
Under 5 minutes in the game. Leg on the right wing. Picked up by Sykes. Picks up his dribble. Gets it away to McGuire in the corner. McGuire going inside on the baseline. Shot blocked by Burchett. Picked up by McClain. Bell across the timeline. Burchett left corner. 3. Got it.
Got himself a ball game, I think, Michael.
7 for Burchett. 52-48. What a comeback by the Tigers. And they steal the ball. Weller leaves it in the corner, now outside. Bell on the wing. Steps up from the elbow. Shot no good. Lamerson with a rebound for the Red Streaks. Still a 4-point difference with 4:10 to go. Leg, left side McGuire. Down in low to Armstrong. Leg with it. Into the lane. Shot no good, and we have a whistle. Foul against the Tigers. 52-48. After at one time trailing by as many as 22.
Well, the score is getting closer to what on paper should.
Mm-hmm. Leg's first one no good. He'll get one more. Garrett Legg's second one, missed them both. Rebound, Potts. He has 21 points and 12 boards. McClain ball down by 4. Weller's bounce pass kicked out of bounds by Armstrong. So the Tigers will have it out in front of their own bench with Josiah Burchett to inbound. Lob out front to Weller. Picked up there by Legg. 3:45 to play. Quick pass in the lane. Potts, throw it away. He was trying to find Burchett on the baseline, but led him just a little bit too far to the right.
I had a little bit of heat on that, too.
Just a little bit.
That was 11 turnovers for Greenfield. Again, remember they had 8 in the first half, so they cleaned it up here in the second half. A great deal.
Piketon ball. Well, the Red Streaks were up 52-40 and have been outscored 8-0 since. Lamerson goes in the baseline corner, and Legg is tripped, and that is Andrew Potts' 5th foul. That hurt. That hurt the Tigers. Potts on the foul. He'll leave with 21 points and 12 rebounds. A double-double as Potts leaves the ball game.
Tell you what, give up that baseline down there, and whenever you do that, you are running sideways with that offensive player, and if you bump them, they're going to call it every time.
So Potts fouls out with 3:19 to go. And Legg at the line. First one good. Garrett with 12 points to go with 5 rebounds. 53-48. Legg trying to make it a 6-point lead. And he does. Legg with 13 points, 54-48 Piketon. Tigers throw it away.
Well, whenever you lose a key player like that, and those kids know he's a key player more than anybody else in the gymnasium, it really mentally can work on you a great deal.
So McClain picking up in the full court as Piketon with the ball. Bloss across the timeline, leads it to McGuire, tipped out of bounds by McClain. Red Streaks will get it back. Cummins will check in for the Tigers, replacing Burchett.
McClain playing much, much better defense here in the second half. I mean, by far. They've gone to the man-to-man. Now, they have changed it up a couple times to a zone, but most of the time in that man-to-man. And it's worked out well for him.
Lob intended for leg and
Turnover.
deflected, but hit leg last, out of bounds to the Tigers. 3:01 to go in the ball game.
Piketon's showing a little full court pressure there. Very little, but some.
6-point Piketon lead. McClain with the ball. We're under 3 minutes to go in regulation. Bounce pass. Cummins on the right wing. Still on the dribble. Trying to free somebody up. Cummins. Down in low. Stapleton lost a handle on it. Picked up by Piketon. Davis. Cross center court. Leads it left side to Bloss. Down in low. Tried to go to Lamerson. Knocked away, but Bloss picks it up. Pass for Lamerson. Knocked out of bounds by Cummins. Stops the clock with 2:23 remaining. Substitution here for McClain. Let's see here. That will be
He's a JV player.
Jaden Allison. I believe that's Jaden. That's who was on the JV roster as number 50, which is a different number than we were given on the varsity roster. Bank shot up and in.
Tell you what, that was a big shot for Piketon. They haven't really been doing a lot on offense.
56-48. Red Streaks back up by 8. Allison on the other end scores.
Tell you what, these kids coming off the JV team for Greenfield, they won their game. It was a really close one. But they've come in off the bench here and really, really give this team a lift.
So Jaden Allison on the line after the made basket, cuts it to 56-50. His free throw, no good. Leg with a rebound. And out of bounds, Piketon threw it away. Tigers will get it with 2:01 to go.
Piketon's had 7 in their timeout.
2:01 to go in regulation. Piketon 56, McClain 50. You're watching boys high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie & Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
We're back with you at Piketon, 56-50. Red Streaks, 2:01 to go. If you joined us late, Piketon at one time led by 22. The Tigers have battled back to cut it to within 4. Now it's 6. Their top gun, Andrew Potts, fouled out with 21 points and 12 rebounds, but the Tigers still hanging in there. Cummins lobs it over the head of Weller. Davis of Piketon picks it up. Goes up. The ball was knocked out of his hands. Shot no good. The putback by Leg is no good. Now Bloss with it. Let's see if Piketon tries to eat up some of this clock, because they have struggled here in the last several minutes on offense. Leg Kicks it away to Bloss. 90 seconds to go. Davis with it near midcourt. 56-50, Piketon lead. They have the ball. 1:20 to go in regulation. Foul's going to be called against McClain, stopping the clock with 1:19 to go.
Yeah, McGuire's quick. He's 6'2", 6'1", but he's very quick, and he makes good moves. And that time he beat his defender.
So at the line will be Brent McGuire. I have him for 13. Now, I've missed a couple of kids here for Piketon earlier on, so we'll have to double-check that once the game is over. First one good, 57-50. He'll get one more.
All important foul shots.
McGuire's second try is in and out. Rebound Sykes of McClain. That's 10 rebounds for him tonight. A foul called on the Red Streaks, which is, you really don't want to do that at this point, stopping the clock and letting your opponent with opportunity to score with no time going off the clock. 57-50. And McClain trying to cut into that deficit. First one good, 57-51. This is Seth Weller. He has 5 points. Lamerson comes out. Bo Henry checks in. Second try. That one also is good. 57-52. Weller with 6. McClain pressure in the full court. McGuire picked up by Burchett, brings it across center court. And we have a foul called on McClain with 63 seconds to play in regulation. And the Red Streaks up by 5. And obviously the foul line becomes very important now.
Yeah, they've been they've hit the 3 out of their last 4, and closing it out is really important.
McGuire unofficially with 14. First one no good. Rebound Sykes. Weller brings it up, goes inside with a runner. Shot no good. McGuire with a rebound for the Red Streaks. Under a minute to go in the game. Declan Davis brings it across. Foul called on the Tigers with 45 seconds to go.
You know, we talked about the 32 minutes and how you got to, maintain focus and do what you need to do. This is a good example of that. When McClain came out, didn't have real good focus to begin with, got behind, and they've just had to fight really hard, but still find themselves down 5.
First shot by Davis is good. (58-52) Piketon. Lamerson will check back in for Henry, and Cummins in for McClain, replacing Burchett. Davis will try to give the Red Streaks a 7-point lead. And he does. 5 for Davis, 59-52, a 30-second timeout with 45 seconds to go, and the Red Streaks up 59-52. Mike and Tom and producer Dewey Daly and cameraman Carson Francis with you here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth. Well, the way things started out when McClain got down by 22, didn't dream we'd be as close as 4, which is they did get down to at one point.
Right. We thought this game would be like it is right now, 4 or 5 point ball game. We even mentioned about the difference on paper of 1 point, but still, when it got to be 20 and 22, you're kind of going like, hey, this is not going to be near as close as I thought it would be. But Greenfield played much better second half. Their bench has been really strong, done a great job, and put themselves in a position here.
McClain with the basketball, trailing by 7. 40 seconds to go. Not a whole lot of time to do anything but get it down there and put it up. Weller for 3, no good. And Legg with a rebound, and he's fouled.
Legg he'll sleep well tonight.
32 seconds. Garrett with unofficially 15 points. There's a possibility he's got another bucket than that. He missed, I think, at least 2 Didn't see who made the basket in that third quarter.
But in that big run coming off the bench in the first half, he did a great job. I don't think he had double figures by halftime, but I know he had at least 8 points by halftime.
First shot by Legg is good, unofficially 16 points to go with 8 rebounds.
Piketon's been to the line 25. This will be 25 here. Greenfield with just 13 attempts.
Legg makes them both 17, 61-52. As the Red Streaks seem to have this one pretty much secured at this point. Cummins threw it away. And a foul called on McClain with 23 seconds to go. We'll stay with us after the ball game. We'll take a quick break and come back with some stats for you, as the Tigers are going to end their regular season at 5-17, and Piketon will improve to 7-15. Right now up by 9 with 23 seconds. First one good. Armstrong with 3, 62-52. Thacker will come in for Lamerson.
With Lamerson and Thacker, and a lot of names we hear down at Piketon year in and year out.
Many years. Second one also good. 4 for Armstrong, 63-52. Burchett in the right corner. Shot good. That's a 2-ball for Burchett. Gives him 9 points, 14 seconds to go. 63-54. Our score. It's just a 30-second timeout.
That's going to take a miracle at 14.1, that's for sure.
Not a whole lot of action around the region tonight after most teams closed out their regular seasons last night. As we said, girls tournament action gets started Monday. I think there's 5 or 6 games around our region. That would be, I think, 5 in the Southeast District and 1 in the Central District. But that pace picks up on Wednesday the 15th and then Thursday the 16th.
That time of the year will be basketball.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be in the March Madness before we know it.
63-54 Red Streaks, 10 seconds. McClain pressuring, and they foul with 7.7 seconds to go. But as we've already established, this one's going to go in the W column for the Red Streaks. Well, obviously both teams were looking for a pick-me-up to go into the tournaments, but Piketon's going to be the one that comes away with that. Brent McGuire at the line. First one, no good. I have him for 14. Legg will check out with 17 points and 8 rebounds. Thacker's back in. Now Legg came out. Now he's going to come back in. I think they wanted to get their seniors a final bow as they came out there, and that would be Owen Armstrong. And also Jaden Thacker. So they get a nice round of applause as the seniors leave.
Had to tell the photographer to kind of move there.
That's our buddy Libby down there. Second shot good.
She practices in the parking lot tonight on that little ATV.
Scooter.
About ran over since she.
64-54. Bell on the other end, shot no good. And time expires to end the ball game. Our final score, the Piketon Red Streaks 64, the McClain Tigers 54. We'll be back with the final stats. You're watching Ohio High School basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
On a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you. Thanks to the public address announcer. The two that I missed, he bailed me out there, and we've now got the official stats for the Red Streak. 64-54 the final. Piketon a winner over McClain. So we said Piketon wraps up the regular season 7-15, and McClain drops to 5-17. First of all, for the Red Streaks, they were led by Brent McGuire. He ended up with 20 points on the night. He was the one that I missed a couple of baskets. 20 points, 5 rebounds for McGuire. Garrett Legg finished up with 15 points and 8 rebounds. Gabe Lamerson had 7 points. So did Bo Henry to go along with 5 rebounds. Rounding out the Piketon scoring, 6 for Jaden Thacker, 4 for Owen Armstrong. Declan Davis had 5 points. For the Tigers, they were led by Andrew Potts, 21 points, 12 rebounds. They had cut the margin to 4 points after being down by 22. He fouled out with 3:19. That was a big factor in the ball game. Rounding out the Tigers scoring, Josiah Burchett with 9. Great job by Jordan Bell off the bench. He had 8. Seth Weller had 6. 4 points for Owen Sykes, 2 apiece for Riley Cummins and Drake Stapleton, along with Jaden Allison with 2. Tom?
Okay, overall stats. Turnovers, Greenfield had 15, Piketon with 12. Rebounding, pretty tight. 24 rebounds for Greenfield, 27 for Piketon. Of Piketon's 27 rebounds, 7 were offensive rebounds. And for Greenfield, they had 8 offensive rebounds. From the foul line, which really is a big difference tonight in the game when you look at the number of foul shots that Piketon had the opportunity to shoot. Greenfield was 7-13 for 54%. Piketon went to the line 29 times, made 16 of them for 55%. And from the ball game, Greenfield shot 43%. They were 22 of 51. They were 3 of 10 from the three-point line for 30%. Piketon was 21 of 42 for 50%. And they were 6 of 11 from the three-point line for 55. So their overall shooting was really good. Had some problems taking care of the basketball there in the second half.
That's a wrap on it tonight. Piketon getting a W heading into the tournament. Their next game will be in the Division III tournament at Westfall on February 21st. The McClain Tigers will enter D2 sectional play on February 18th at Logan Elm. Again, thanks to our studio producer here, Dewey Daly, Carson Francis on the camera. And for Tom Beard, this is Mike Smith saying our final, Piketon 64, McClain 54. You've been watching boys high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.